everybody. Welcome to a special episode of Pop for This.
Hey.
We are your hosts. I'm Mackendy, the Total Heel,
I am Machi, the ring geek.
Gil the Guillotine.
and we're gonna have a special topic today. And our special topic is the Chicago Screwjob of Sami Zayn. You heard of the Montreal Screwjob? Well, apparently now we have the Chicago Screwjob of 2026. So I just want to run down the timeline of what happened, what led to the screw job, and we can discuss it piece by piece, right? Okay, so let's start out with June 27th, 2026, Night of Champions. Triple threat. You have your champion, Cody Rhodes. You have the ring general, Gunther.
Gunda. Gunda.
And you have Sami Zayn. My question to you guys, going into this match, did you think that Sami was gonna win this match? Mind you, this was gonna be in Saudi Arabia. Do you guys think that Sami was gonna win this match when you heard when they announced this match?
I did it.
I
I personally did it.
I went into it skeptical. At first I didn't, but I think I mentioned before on the SmackDown the night before the PLE,
Mhm.
Sammy had this moment where he looks up into in the camera and he says, "I'm gonna be WWE champion." I'm like, why would he do it? Why what? So at that point, I was like, I think he might win that title. So I had a little inkling.
A little inkling. I
I
went
didn't.
aside.
I just and the thing and I guess I discounted it because WWE has done this a couple times where they have someone who's like the hometown hero and they're in their hometown or the place they're from or whatever and they don't win. Um
Hmm.
they've done it a couple of times. The most high profile to me is when they did it to Drew at Clash in the Castle. Um, so I wasn't even thinking about that. But looking back at it, like it makes perfect sense because they could they have a lot of events between then and SummerSlam where they could take the belt off of Sammy. They'll get the cheap pop from him being in Saudi Arabia. Like looking back at it, it's probably something that a lot of people should have seen coming, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, no, I did not see this come in. I was putting all my chips on Gunther because it seemed like WWE was pulling all their chips on Gunther because they had this whole storyline of Gunther beating all these goats, you know, John Cena, um,
AJ
Goldberg,
Styles.
AJ
AJ
Goldberg,
Styles. Yeah.
AJ
AJ
Styles.
style. Yep.
So I just thought that they were building Gunther up to win the championship. And I thought Gunther was either gonna be the champion or go into SummerSlam to face the champion. I wasn't even thinking about, oh, they're gonna drop it to Sammy in Saudi Arabia. Like when people told me that, I didn't believe it because I honestly didn't believe that WWE believed in Sami Zayn. Like he could win the other championships, but the big one, especially you got the Golden Boy Cody Rhodes in the match. Nah, this
Oh,
ain't gonna happen. But
well, in
It
hindsight, when
happened.
you sit back and you really think about it, how WWE played that, what have people been wanting and kind of not wanting? They've been wanting that title off of Cody Rhodes.
yeah,
And he didn't
yeah.
lose necessarily clean to Sammy. It's a triple threat. So it's like, okay, that's a good way to take the title off of Cody. Because now the most confusing part is now that weird storyline is just done. The Sammy Cody story, there's no rematch. There's just done.
Is
Like
it
I'm like,
done? Is it done?
well,
Well,
Sammy don't got that belt.
we're
No,
gonna discuss that. We're gonna discuss that
okay.
moving
But like I
forward.
think I was saying, like I think that's a good way to take the title off of Cody
Yeah, yeah. They
without
needed to
any
take the
big hurrah. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, they
With
needed to
and
take
he
this
doesn't look
championship
weak.
off of Cody.
He doesn't look weak. So
Well, Sammy did pin Cody though. He could have
he
pinned Gunther,
did.
but he pinned Cody.
True.
You did.
You
And
know?
I
It's
think
true.
that you mentioned it before. I think that up to the match, I think they were making Gunther look weak, making bad decisions, making Sammy the ref.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Don't get me wrong, that was kind of entertaining. I was kind of entertaining.
Yeah, it
But
made for a good match, but you're the ring
yeah.
general. That's not a general move.
I
So, okay, Sammy wins. Everybody's surprised. Big moment. Everybody's happy for Sammy. He is now the WWE champion, right? After that, the following SmackDown, and I think this took place July 3rd. July 3rd, following SmackDown, right? Sammy comes out, gives a speech, thanks the fans that believed in him, gives the finger to the fans that doesn't believe in him, and just says, you know what, no matter what happens from now, I'm gonna go down in history as a WWE champion. Who comes out? Cody Rhodes. After Cody comes out, who comes out? Jay Uso. Jay Uso just recently lost the King of the Ring to Obafemi.
Yeah. Yes.
So Jay Uso, Cody, wants a title shot. Mind you, they haven't done anything to earn this title shot.
Nope.
Cody just lost the championship. Jay Uso, Jay Uso just lost the King of the Ring. So if you can just go up to the champion and demand the title shot, what's the point of doing all that
Well,
stuff for the Cody King of the Ring?
in Cody's case, I understand it. Cody, as the champion who lost the belt, he does have a rematch.
Jay, I don't
So
get.
Do they still do that
Jay,
though? I don't think they still do that
they
though.
don't.
They
No, but
don't
I mean,
do it.
like logically, storyline wise, like especially historically with WWE, I can reconcile that in my head better. Like I could say that to myself, well, you know what? He got the title taken off of him, so he wants to get it back. I could see that. But Jay did nothing. Like I don't think
He
either one of them
lost.
deserved it, but it's easier for me to see a reason for Cody getting a rematch than it is for Jay. Like
In that
that was completely ridiculous. What did Jay do?
in
Nothing. He
Nothing.
lost.
But in that instance,
Ridiculous.
I can give Cody some slack because it was a triple threat. People could easily say if it
Yeah.
was a one-on-one match with Cody, Cody would have won. The fact that Gunther was in the match, that kind of gives Cody a little breathing room to say, "Hey, if it was a one-on-one match, I would have smashed your ass."
That's why I think it was
Pause.
a smart play in the terms of WWE because you keep Cody looking strong. Now you have Gunther attack him. It's this weird. Yeah. Anyway, we'll get to that.
Okay. So they have a number one contenders match between Jay Uso and Cody Rhodes. What a surprise! Golden Boy Cody Rhodes wins and he becomes the number one contender for the championship. And they do something crazy. They do something crazy. They say, okay, now that Cody Rhodes is the number one contender, you're gonna have your one-on-one match on Raw. For me, that's the first move. That's the first nail in the screw job. Because because
So the first screw
because
in the screw job?
the first
That's the
screw in the
first.
screw
That's the
job. The
first
first screw
two.
in
That's the
the screw
first
job.
turn.
The
That's the
first
first
turn.
turn.
Yeah, the first thrust in the fucking in the ass fucking. You know? Because Sammy is part of is part of the SmackDown roster. What is he doing defending it on Raw? That's the
2 days
first thing.
later?
That's
2
2
the
days
days
first
later?
later.
thing. That's the first thing that doesn't make sense to me. Why is he defending it on Raw?
And look how they masked it. They masked it with the whole Nick Aldis thing. I'm like, no one thought about Raws in Chicago on Monday. Everyone they did all this back smoke and mirrors thing. Nick Aldis. Well, I got to make this decision for you, Nick. Fucking what's his face? The bald guy from Raw,
Yeah.
Pierce.
So
Scrap Daddy.
that's the first thing. That's the first thing that made me say, that's not right.
Something's up.
That is not right.
Something's afoot.
Bro, this ain't the heavyweight championship. This is the WWE Championship. It should be, if he's gonna defend the title, it should be on SmackDown. But okay. Comes by on July 6th. And I gotta admit, I love the way they built this thing up. Because when Raw opens up, you see Sammy driving in his car, holding up the championship. Looking, and throughout the weekend, he's posting all kinds of pictures. Him at the
Hilarious.
cafe with the championship.
It
Him.
makes me
What you say,
Pushing the
Gil?
champ,
it makes me wish he had it a little longer. What else were you gonna do, Sammy? This shit is
pushing the
hilarious.
belt, pushing the
He
belt
should
on the
On the
swing.
swing.
pushing the belt on the. He should have pulled the Gunther, not Gunther. Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre had the belt in bed with him. I'm like, Drew, what did you do to the belt?
Wouldn't you like to know?
But yes, so I just, in hindsight, when you look at it, the build was, it kind of choreographed that Sammy was going to lose the championship the way they just built it up, right?
Hmm.
So the first person he runs into is Cody Rhodes. I love the way how Sammy low key hates Cody.
Yes.
He said, "You're not gonna win, Golden Boy. You're not gonna win. I came in as the champion, and I'm gonna come out as the champion." Out of nowhere, Gunther proceeds
Something.
to beat the living crap out of Cody.
Cody always ODing. Where that blood came from, Cody? He hit
Dude,
you that with the door that hard? That's crazy.
the what was he? Hold up. First of all, what was he doing by the door? Like, what was he gonna steal Sammy's car? I can't get the belt, but I'll steal his car. Like, what's
Yeah, I have
gonna?
no idea.
And that hit when he closed the door on
God,
Cody's face, that was brutal.
I know that
That was
hurt.
really brutal. But yeah, okay. So they check Cody out, and Cody can't compete. He's not cleared. So the match is canceled. The match is canceled. Sammy has nothing to do with Gunther attacking Cody. If Sammy had something to do with it, and they said, you know what, Sammy, you're still gonna have a title shot, I would understand that. But they proceeded to have. They say, no, you're gonna face somebody. When and ever in WWE history has the champion had a mystery opponent?
When CM Punk is backstage and he's insisting on coming back to Chicago on Monday Night Raw and being the main event of the show, but he didn't know they were going to put the belt on him. Yeah, okay.
As a champion, never
Suck
had a
mine.
That's not the
Suck
question.
mine.
My question is,
has
when
a
has that
has
Suck
ever
mine. That's my
happened?
answer. That's my answer.
No,
has
it
That's
a
how
never
I'm
champ.
happened. It
answering it.
never happened.
It's
It's
never
never
That's
happened.
happened.
how I'm answering it.
Hmm?
That's crazy. That's
That's
never
never
that was the
happened.
first time that happened. That was
That
unprecedented.
that's unprecedented. That's unprecedented. The
Thanks,
champion has
Phil.
always had
Thanks.
time to prepare.
Thanks, Phil.
Has always
Appreciate
had
it.
time to. I'm not blaming it on CM Punk. No, nobody knows the conversations that happened behind the scene. I'm not gonna blame it on CM Punk. I'll blame it on WWE. I'm blaming it on
I'll
WWE.
blame it on
I
CM
don't
Punk.
know.
I'll
CM
blame it on
Punk. I
CM
think CM Punk touched Mark as a child. Why he has this rage
No,
against CM Punk.
No,
it was
because
it
like
was
he used to go on and on and on and on about how part-timers and guys who just come back shouldn't be given title opportunity. All right, dude. Okay. Okay.
So okay.
Anytime someone tries to, anytime he or somebody tries to explain that as being okay, I just check out of the
Well, we're
conversation
not up
because
to
that's not okay.
we're
It's
not up
not
to there,
okay.
Mark.
Like, bro,
We're
you
not
did
up
the
to there,
same shit.
Mark. We're not up to there yet, Mark. We're not up to there yet, Mark.
You
So
asked me the
they
question. I'm
so they
answering it.
announced they announced you're gonna have a mystery opponent. Everybody knows who the mystery opponent is because they've been chanting his name throughout the show.
Isn't it funny? When they said there's a mystery and opponent, that's when it hit me. They're in Chicago. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's CM Punk. I'm
And
like,
he must have lived down the block. He must have lived down the block. He said, we ain't got
it looked like
Cody.
he just
Who can we
shaved.
call?
He looked terrible Monday night when he won that title. Like, what's wrong with
Really?
you?
Really?
The shade,
My thing is, did you come to work in your underwear? Like, did you
yeah.
take the did you take Did you travel from home to the arena in your underwear? Like, because
Horrible.
he wasn't in the stadium and everything. Okay. So Sammy is in the ring, right? Tell you the truth, Sammy looks great in the ring. I like what he was wearing. That jacket, he had his hair slicked back, he had his hand bandaged up. I'm like, Sammy was ready to go. It's like whoever comes out to this ring, I'm gonna whoop that ass. I'm like, yeah, that's what's up, Sammy. That's what's up. CM Punk music hits, the arena explodes.
Yes. Pretty big.
Pretty big.
They got their pop.
Huge
They
pop.
they
Huge
nutted.
pop. Huge pop. Oh, they ain't nut yet, but it's coming. It's coming.
Oh,
But
they're
but
being
the hard
edged.
on is there. The hard
They're
on is
being
there.
they're being edged.
And lo and behold, it was a good match. It was a good match. It was a pretty good match. But lo and behold, one, two, three, CM Punk is a WWE champion. My first question to you guys: do you guys think that this was planned?
You know,
I do think Sammy was intended to be a transitional champion from the beginning. Yes, I don't think there was any chance that he was walking into SummerSlam with that title. I can't say that that I thought Punk taking it from him on Raw was what I thought would happen. But as the weeks went on, and you saw that Punk was stubbornly refusing to come back and debut on SmackDown because he has to debut on, in Chicago. He has to. He just has to.
But it kind of makes sense.
So, all right,
yeah, but
whatever.
like,
But the fact of the matter is that he forced that move. So once that happened, I think it was like, okay, just connect the dots. He's gonna walk out with that title. And then once the top of the show, once Gunther attacked Cody, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, CM Punk's gonna win it.
No, but the thing is, do you think this was long-term booking or this was like
I
I think,
find it
a moment?
like
I
I
find
said,
it
I think long term. Well, I think long term, quote unquote, I think that Sammy was just somebody who was going to be a transitional champion. And yes, I do think they were using him to figure out how they could get to the big match being Cody versus Punk, because supposedly that was something that WWE has planned for a long time. How it unfolded specifically, I don't know. But getting the belt eventually on Punk to get this match, yeah, that's what the reports are saying anyway, that they planned that for a while. So
I
What
think
about you, Gil?
Punk dropped it that stupid phrase he said when championships might opportunities might fall from the sky.
Thank you, Gil. That's what I was waiting for. Thank you,
That
Gil.
was the last thing he said before he took this long break.
Yeah,
That was part of the last promo he cut. And you didn't put two and two together until he won.
yeah.
And then
So
yeah, so
that's
I'm
the
like,
only
oh,
reason.
okay, okay. And then
That's the
Cody
only.
mentioned it. Cody mentioned it again in the promo they had together to make the SummerSlam match. He said, so I guess championship opportunities do fall from the sky. So I
apparently.
think it's been planned since then.
Yeah, that's the only thing that makes me think that it was planned since then.
Yeah.
Because reports were that Sammy was scheduled to win the title at WrestleMania in Saudi. When they had a WrestleMania in Saudi, they were planning for him to for win it then. But they said, you know what? We're not gonna do the long-term booking. We're gonna have him win it sooner. So I think they just put two and
Or
two
later, you
together.
mean?
Huh?
Later.
No,
Have
sooner.
Sammy win it later.
When it's sooner, because they're gonna wait until WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia
Oh,
for
this
him to
Oh,
win
upcoming
oh,
it.
oh, oh.
WrestleMania. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So they were
Hey,
like, you
that
know
still
what? Let's
might
go have him win
happen.
it. That's what I'm saying. It still might happen because that's another question I want to ask. Do you think the Sami Zayn story is over? Because that can still happen. WWE don't like, for example, the Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins feud, right? They wanted to do it at WrestleMania. It couldn't happen because Seth got injured. So now they're still doing it, but they're doing it for SummerSlam. So the thing is, has plans changed? Is Sammy gonna win it back in Saudi at WrestleMania?
That'd be crazy.
Or is he totally out of the picture now?
I The most honest way I can answer this question is that I wish I cared and was invested in Sammy enough to actually come up with an answer. Because to me, they've just damaged him so much that I'm not invested in Sammy right now. I'm not. Now, I'm not saying that that can't change. It can potentially, but right now, I don't care. I don't. Could I see it happening? Of course I can. They're going to be in Saudi Arabia. If they wanted to, to get a cheap pop for Sammy before, why wouldn't they want to do it at the biggest show that they have? You know what I'm saying? So, no, it wouldn't surprise me. I don't know that that's something that they're planning, but it wouldn't surprise me if that's what they did. It makes sense as far as, the things that drive what they do, which is ratings and revenue. And that's going to push both of those things.
Yo.
I think it's possible. I'm trying to, well, I was trying to put together another Saudi big WrestleMania event. Only other one I could think of, but it happened already, would be Punk and Seth. Or I read something that they're saying they're trying to keep Cody and Roman away from each other, and they're trying to keep Punk and Roman away from each other, something like that. Like, so I think they're gonna start setting up other type of big
Huge.
main event. So it might be Sammy again at Saudi. It went great at fucking when he won the title last time. So it might be a redemption story. He wins the title again. Who knows? How they get there? That's going to be interesting.
Because in this scenario, they can go two ways with this. They can acknowledge that Sammy got screwed and he can become a huge babyface because he got screwed. And everybody acknowledges that he got screwed, especially if CM Punk turns heel. If CM
That's
Punk
the
turns
only thing.
heel, if
I
CM
think
Punk turns heel and they acknowledge that it's that Sammy got screwed and they push Sammy in a way that, he should get another title shot. And it so happens that let's say okay, Oba's either gonna win Elimination Chamber or Royal Rumble. If Oba wins the Royal Rumble, Sammy can win Elimination Chamber
dude, if you're talking
Sammy could
about
also
wrestle,
win Money in the Bank. He could also win Money in the Bank.
or Money in the Bank.
son, there's
Yeah.
two people that's reports for Saudi WrestleMania, Drew and KO. Those are two Sammy people. I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah, that's true.
Drew and Sammy got their own long whatever rivalry. 11 times you haven't beat me. That's
Mhm.
crazy.
Mhm.
KO and Sammy, that's a whole nother thing.
Mhm.
So there's players that are going to be entering into the ring that we haven't seen in a while
Yeah.
And yeah,
that belong in that title picture. So I don't know, man. I don't know if the landscape is still going to be Sammy, Cody, and Punk. There's also reports saying that Punk is going to hold the title for a long, long time,
a while, yeah.
a while. So I don't know if that means up until WrestleMania. So who knows? It's really
I
hard to
think he's
say
gonna
what
hold. I think he's gonna hold it until WrestleMania. I think he
WrestleMania.
should hold it till seven. They're gonna drop it to Cody again? Cody, get away from the championship. Go that way, Cody. Like Jesus.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know
yo.
why they don't just like give a young one of these someone. Not even, I forget it, even young, just someone new a title shot like that, like completely out of the question. I guess
Because
ridiculous.
because I know they're fattening. Like Seth is gonna lose this match because they're fattening up
God.
Roman Reigns for Oba.
Yeah,
They're fattening, so they're gonna give Roman Reigns mad wins, so Oba can smash him at WrestleMania, and they can make a big moment out of it. So I
Why they
know
gotta
that the
ruin
whole
that? Why they gotta ruin the narrative now? Leave it. Wait until Saudi. Give Seth the title
I want Seth
and
to
like
win so bad.
cut Roman down a size or two. Make him more human. It'll mean more if he wins it back at Seth at WrestleMania. Give Seth WrestleMania. Come on, give me that title back.
I think it would have been a much more interesting story if like Roman had lost to Seth and Sammy held on to that. What if Sammy held on to that title through SummerSlam? Now Roman loses to Seth again, and now he puts his eyes on the other title that Sammy has. Now you can pull that
They could have
bloodline
went down
string.
that.
that Sammy had, mentioned before.
Uh-huh.
Because remember what Sammy said, as far as I'm concerned, this title is still in the family,
Uh-huh.
right? Roman can come back and be like, oh, so that title's still in the family, family Sammy. There's interesting things they could have done had
There's a
they
lot of
kept that
interesting
belt on
things they
Sammy.
could have.
There
Yeah,
is.
there's a
There
lot of
is.
A
interesting
lot,
things
There
they
is.
could have
a
did.
lot. And they just refused.
You know, if Roman loses the championship and Sammy still has a championship and they do the bloodline story and everything, is Sammy now the tribal chief? Is Sammy now the tribal chief? Is he the leader? Is he the leader?
I
Yes.
mean,
Yes.
They could have did a story like that. They could have did a
Yes.
story like that.
And
But
can you
WWE
imagine?
is not
Can
AEW.
you imagine Sami Zayn leaning into being the tribal chief? That
oh
shit would be
my God.
hilarious.
And he's giving Roman orders. That would be crazy. That would be
Yeah, I
Oh
don't.
so entertaining. That would be
The
so
Usos,
entertaining.
they wouldn't be able to keep it up. Jay
And
cracks
now,
every
and
time.
now, and Jacob is in there too. God only knows how Jacob will react to Sammy and his shit. I can imagine Jacob Fatu breaking character because of some dumb thing. That's
Sammy says
That'd be
Sammy. Or
I
amazing.
oh
or
man.
I was
But
saying how they could use this as a catalyst to make Sammy a babyface, or they can use this as a catalyst to make Sammy a full-blown heel now because
yeah,
he's
But
he
been
could really lean
screwed.
into it. Yeah.
you could
You
lean
know,
into it. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think Sammy's story
I'm
is over yet.
depending on where they go with Punk and what his character is now. I don't know how much TV time Sammy's going to get, but I think there's a real opportunity for natural baby face progression because of what happened. He doesn't even have to do anything; just be sad. People are
Yeah.
like, "That's
I
fucked up."
my thing is like they gotta prep guys to move up. They just do. Like it's been some combination of Cody, Seth, Roman,
And
and
Punk.
CM Punk as the main guy. And then,
That's
lately
the big
Sami
four.
Zayn and a little bit of Gunther, but like it's been those guys. When was the last time there was real, and I mean really, really a fresh challenger? Like, what was dope? When Seth went to NXT and him and Braun Breaker had a match for the WWE World Heavyweight title. That happened 3 years ago. That was
Yeah.
dope. How about when
Becky
Cody
Lynch
after he
did
went?
Becky Lynch did the same thing. She went
Yes,
to NXT when she was
yes,
champion, and she said
yes,
like, "Yo, come on,
yes.
who wants it?"
And she put Lyra over on top of that. Cody. Cody was like, you know what? I want to give somebody young. I want to get what's it? I think it was Cody. And who took up the challenge? Mello. Like you got like why don't you do these things? Why? So now we gotta build up all these convoluted things so that Cody and CM Punk and Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins can exist in the main event when it's like, there's easier stories to tell that will push the needle if you just let it. Like, oh, Sammy doesn't, he's not box office. He doesn't move the needle. He had the belt for 9 days. 9 days. Like,
He was a transition champion.
how do you know that he can't push the needle if you give him 9 days? What's
It doesn't
happening?
make sense, and it doesn't. You put him on TV for a year. I mean, Sammy's on TV
All the
every
time.
single episode, multiple segments. Sometimes he even starts the show with some shit. Like it's been a Sami Zayn. Like if you,
All the
so
time.
what makes you think he wouldn't be able to? I see what you're saying. What makes you think he wouldn't be able to hold that title?
Like, I don't
You
get it.
know,
Yeah.
Something I definitely don't understand.
So yeah, um, so the
how
moral
much?
of this episode, yeah, Sammy got
Real, real-
screwed, but I don't
did
know
you
if this
guys
is the
think?
end of the story.
Did you guys think a little bit it was Drew McIntyre who was the mystery guest, the mystery
No,
wrestler? No.
no,
Yeah.
no.
No,
I
no.
don't think they're gonna
It,
revisit that Drew
it,
McIntyre and Sami Zayn story because after 11 times, bro, no,
yeah,
12
that's
times. After
Yeah,
12 times, nah, man.
yeah, that was kind of a squash. That's a
yeah.
lot.
They
Yeah,
gotta,
yeah.
and
You
they
can't
gotta
even
bring
win three
they gotta
times to
bring
say anything.
they gotta bring Drew back so so he can get screwed. I'm
So you could
stupid
lose to
more.
Cody again.
What
He
they
gotta
need to
bring.
do is have him feud with Oba. Just bring
Yeah,
it back and have him feud with Oba.
They
yeah,
need to
Just
have
stick
that's
him
what
in
they
him
need to
there.
beat.
do.
They need to have him beat Roman Reigns' ass.
Oh,
A
I wish.
proper
I fucking wish, dude.
Drew going over Roman feud.
Oh, God,
He
Clash
deserves that.
that year at Clash that was the moment, man. Like, come on, what the fuck are y'all thinking? Come on.
Tribal Chief,
Oh,
baby.
Eh,
well, moving back to the
Yep.
to the Chicago Screwjob of Sami Zayn. Please like and subscribe. Tell us your opinion. Do you think Sami Zayn was screwed out of the WWE Championship? And
Yes.
also,
yes.
Yes.
do you think the Sami Zayn story is over? Will Sami Zayn get another chance to win the championship?
Sure, yeah.
Saudi
Yes.
Arabia, like WrestleMania is in Saudi Arabia. Do you think they're gonna pull the trigger and have Sami win the belt back in Saudi
Yes.
Arabia? Please let us know. But before you do that, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe now. Right now. Not later. Not tomorrow. Next.